Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Thank you so much once more for tuning in and checking us out. I apologise, I haven't been on the last few videos, mainly because they've been pregnancy ones and I have absolutely no idea what Lisa's talking about.
But he did film a video on his top 5 albums, so make sure you go check that out if you haven't already.
I did, yeah, I did my top 5 albums, which included like Led Zeppelin of course, and a few others, so to find out a little bit more, have a look in our video section. The video this week is called Are We Even Married?
Are we even married?
Are we even married?
For ages, Dave and I legit actually didn't know if we were legally married.
Did not know. We've been married for like 3.5 years.
Or just over.
Just over 3.5 years. And we've been living in this kind of are we, aren't we, are we living in sin? Who even knows? I don't know. So it's been a bit of a weird journey for us because usually people on their wedding days, they'll go, oh, we've signed everything, we're married. But because we got married in South Africa, it was a little bit different and may I say, chaotic.
And we literally have not had a marriage certificate for the last 3.5 years. And so things like just renewing passports or getting driver's license or getting your name renewed at the bank has pretty much been really hard. I've had to convince people that I'm a married woman.
Yep.
Some banks even allowed me to use my married name without me showing them legitimate documents, which was a bit worrying, but thank you to those banks who did that. So I've been kind of living in this like state of, am I an Incorvea or am I a Boyle?
Also, I mean, it's caused a bit of disruption even with cars. Without going into too much details, let's just say that because of this whole, like, are you a Boyle in Corvea thing, I had a run-in with the law. My car may or may have not been taken off me and put into compound.
That's not because of our marriage certificate, that was because of other reasons.
No, it was. They cancelled our policy. Because of that reason.
Yeah, you're right. So pretty much we're going to tell the story today of how we got married in South Africa and sort of the process that we went through of applying to get a marriage certificate. We did everything what we thought was legitimate in terms of like, we actually did get married by a pastor in South Africa. So that was absolutely fine.
We even did the bits here in the UK because you have to go to like the solicitors and all that. We did everything that you're supposed to do. We're going to take you on a little adventure with us into the world of getting married in South Africa. And is it legitimate?
It is legitimate.
It is legitimate, completely.
But some things, if you are South African or African and you're watching this, you'll know our favorite saying is TIA, like this is Africa. Things take really long to come through or go through, or they are really disorganized occasionally.
People are just super chilled about it. Stuff.
Super chilled out, yeah. What happened was I was talking to someone in our Cape Town, that's where I'm from, Home Affairs Department, and we had made an appointment for a lunchtime and she was saying to me, look, you and your partner will go through a series of questions which will be about your relationship.
Intense questions as well. Like we had to know all the details, like the details, not just where you met, you know, what was happening and intense sort of questions, weren't they?
So we didn't know what the questions were, but we had the impression that there were going to be lots of details about one another to make sure that this was you know, legit marriage. And so we got the interview booked and we walk into Home Affairs and I see this woman with her name tag walking out and I was like, hey, we have an interview with you right now. And she's like, I'm going on lunch. And I was like, well, you booked us in for 1 o'clock. And she was like, this is my lunch break. And that was the first step of us like waiting there for an hour.
Yeah, we waited for about an hour with about 4 other people that had the same experience as us.
Probably the same time appointment as well.
Probably the same person.
And so eventually she didn't see us, but another man came out and he was like, oh, you can come in and I'll do the interview. So we go into his office and we're feeling a bit nervous because we have no idea what to expect and we're sitting there.
I'm trying to memorise like where I even met you, what the details were,
nice, right?
What your name is.
And so we're sitting there and then he's going through some paperwork and he just looks over to us and he's like, look, I'm not going to waste your time. You're not going to waste my time. I have 2 questions to ask you. So we're like, okay. And he's like, are you, number 1, marrying for love or number 2, marrying for money?
So Lisa looked at me and I looked at her. She said money and I said love.
That's a lie. So anyway, we both said love, feeling very confused. Not about love, but just about what was happening. And then while we were doing that, didn't a man walk into the office?
Some random guy came into the office.
He obviously worked there.
He obviously worked there. We're halfway through this kind of marriage questioning. And he comes in and he's like, hey, did you see that guy that we got? I was like, maybe they're going to go into like some, I don't know, brief thing about some criminal. They literally start discussing details, seriously hardcore details.
Of a
like,
sensitive case in front of us.
Going on about how they were going to nail this guy and all that sort of stuff. And then, on the board, just in the back, like there was this A4 piece of paper with about 7 names on it, and it said on the top, human trafficking. I was like, great. So that is really sensitive information. Like,
but even,
and it's very well presented, just stuck on a wall.
Even on the way to the interview, there was like a worker from Home Affairs who was on a sun lounger outside in the sun tanning, which was hilarious because Dave was just like, is this an official department? And I was like, yeah, this is an official Home Affairs department. So anyway, that was we kind of got the question over. So he's writing out some like documents with our names on to make everything official, and he writes out my name, absolutely fine.
And then it gets to my name, and my name is David Stephen Boyle. But what I start to notice on the page is that he's wrote David Stephanie Boyle, to which I say, excuse me, that's not my name, you wrote Stephanie. And all he has to say is, it does not matter, it will be fine. Some alarm bells started ringing, but he seemed to know what he was doing, so we left him to it.
After we got married, went on honeymoon, we came back to the UK, and we were expecting our marriage certificate to arrive, but 3.5 years later, it has arrived. It doesn't look super official.
Looks official. It looks official.
So anyway, at the back of that certificate which David showed you, there's a little one which feels like it's too small to be an actual certificate.
Yeah. So we finally get a marriage certificate after 3.5 years. That's 3.5 years of telling people this story and them laughing at us and saying, oh, you're not even married and all that. You know, all of our friends saying, you guys, you know, oh, this is typical of you guys, whatever. And then, in the post the other day, we get this. And Lisa goes, oh, this looks like it could be our marriage certificate. And I'm like, great, let's open it. And like Lisa said, attached is this kind of scrappy bit of paper that doesn't look like a marriage certificate. And they've spelt my name Davod Stephen Boyle.
At least they didn't write Stephanie, but they have called Dave Davod. So from now on, my mom quite likes it. She says that Davod sounds quite Welsh. We think that we are now officially, legally married.
I hope so.
I think that's the challenge when you marry someone in a different country. That can be the challenge.
Yeah.
Just legalities.
Legalities and making sure that everything's done right.
That I wasn't marrying Dave just for a passport.
Or money. So, the moral of the story, was Lisa marrying me for money or for love? Certainly, my friends, it was for love, because I have no money.
This is true. But yeah, at least now we hope that we are legally married, so we're gonna try use our certificate soon.
We're just gonna go and flash it around to people.
Places, just like in Asda, like, hey, we have a marriage certificate.
We have a marriage certificate. Did you know we're married now?
Yeah, so watch out, world. We are actually now officially the Boyles, because we were struggling, like, should we actually call our YouTube channel the Boyles?
We were like, we should be the
It's a lie.
We should be the ink or nearly Boyles.
Or you would still be a Boyle.
I'd still be a Boyle.
So that doesn't make any sense.
And it's B-O-Y-L-E for anyone that was wondering.
It's on our channel.
Yeah, you're right, it is.
So on that note, we hope that you guys have a great week ahead. Check out Dave's new channel for Vines he's going to be putting up.
I think it's Hello Mustachio or something like that. And I went to Costa the other day and I had my first Black Forest hot chocolate in a year. It's amazing.
Costa, you should make Black Forest hot chocolate throughout the year.
I agree.
It's just sad that you only bring that out seasonally. Also, Dave's been going a little bit crazy because he's been drinking this Lucozade Zero, and like it's literally made him a little bit insane.
All I was doing is singing that new Khalid song.
Dave doesn't even like a certain genre of music, and he came home today after drinking Lucozade and he was singing this new Khalid song. How does it go?
Da, 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 da. It's really good. Check out Lisa's other videos because we have literally got 3 weeks, until baby Boyle is born. I mean, it could be sooner because like babies, when like for those that are already parents would know.
Just be careful because Dave doesn't know a lot about pregnancy, as he mentioned earlier.
I don't know a lot, but what I do know is that when you go to like your midwife or whatever, there's a little graph and baby should follow, like the growth of baby should follow that, yeah? But our baby has kind of jumped in growth a little bit, so...
Not that much. But yeah, our baby has grown a little and he's getting bigger, and so
she,
and we think that it could be coming earlier. Dave is ready, he's going to be the hospital driver.
That I would have been doing that anyway, but yes. Yes,
the car driver.
I would have been doing that. Lisa's confused.
Stay tuned for What's in My Hospital Bag update.
Yeah, that's the next video that's going to be up. Stay tuned, share this with a friend, like, comment.
Share this with a South African friend who's getting married to a British guy or a British girl.
Because everyone knows one of them, surely.
Who's having problems with the same thing.
We've all got problems.
Bye guys! Bye! So we look over and he's writing out our names and he gets my name absolutely fine, and then he writes David Stephanie Boyle.
I'm supposed to do that bit. I told you that about 4 seconds ago.
Whoa! Somebody has aged.
Okay, so you do your name.
And then...
No, let's do that again. It's ridiculous. You do it and then. I'm just going to cut in. You can't show any bit, Lisa.
Okay.
It's official documentation. You can't just randomly point it out to everyone on YouTube.
Okay. I just want the lighting to be good for our video. I don't want to...